almost 2 months, and I need to like flush it out. And I'm on a watermelon diet.
When you fall in love with a table,
Skip past
you're
this
falling in love
commercial,
with what will
guys.
happen around it.
Watermelon's good.
Yeah, watermelon's good. I bought
Hey,
a
Linda
juicer.
Gamble.
I am
Thank you so much for
juicing.
being here. Love you, sis.
Okay.
Hey, Braylon.
Yeah.
Thank you so
So-
much for being here.
So, I'll report back to you in a couple of weeks to tell you how that goes. But before we get started, we have to say happy anniversary
Yes,
to
Braylon.
Kimmy and Maurice from Love and Marriage Huntsville.
Kimmy and Maurice. Hey, Kimmy and Maurice.
Now, keep in mind, he's congratulating them. And, of course, this happened off of the show. So this is something that's currently going on, but he doesn't take the time to congratulate Mel on anything that she has going on, like she just did the mimosas with Melody, but he didn't think that it was important enough to congratulate her for that.
How many years has it been?
I believe 6 years.
Chad, if they can get over that hump, they doing good then. Yeah, 6 years is good. Okay.
Yes. So the thing is, Heavenly, I want to make sure I get it right because I don't, Lord knows I don't want to get anything wrong, child, because I'm afraid of Kimmy.
You're afraid of Kimmy. Okay.
Very much so. I'm scared of her.
Nice. Kimmy's been, she was really nice.
Kimmy is very nice. However,
it was talking all that shit that I had never seen before at the girls' trip.
So Heavenly, referred to Shenita as that big girl. Like there's a lot of shade that's going to be thrown in this little Messy Monday session with Carlos and Dr. Heavenly.
Yeah, Brian, he said
she called her big girl again.
We're gonna get into that. Her name is Shenita Foster. She was on a show.
Kicking it with Courtney. Thank you so much for being here, sis.
That's what I'm scared of. I'm scared of Shenita.
You're scared of Shenita. I'm scared of Kimmy. So apparently Nelly, but they've been married for 6 years. So before we get started,
congratulations.
Is there any advice as a relationship coach that you would like to offer up to Kimmy and Marie?
Absolutely.
So Carlos is spending all this time trying to make sure he gets the dates right, the years or whatever. And he wants to make sure that he acknowledges, Maurice and Kimmy's anniversary. But again, never mentions any congratulations to Mel right now. Mel is in the running for an award with the reality TV, never brings that up, but he wants to congratulate Kimmy and Maurice on their 6-year anniversary.
Y'all look like y'all have a beautiful relationship. What I would say is don't listen to anybody else, not even family members. Keep stuff between yourself and always respect one another. I know I always say I submit to my husband, but you guys submit to one another. If you have an agreement, don't walk away for 3 days like the other dude did. Stay there, work it out. Don't go to
Hey, Rashida, thank you so much for being
here. You don't leave for 3 days because next time it's going to be 6 days. Then it's going to be a month. Then he ain't going to never come back. Don't do that. Serious, my man don't never leave. It's like 3 days, then it'll be 7 whole days, not a word from you.
And guys, I just want you to pay attention to Dr. Heavenly's attitude. Like she's really playing with this whole sit down. She's not taking anything serious. I'm not even sure that she actually seen the episode. This is one of the biggest episodes that they have had in a long time. Everybody has said how much they enjoyed this episode. They rated it like everybody between a 9 and a 10. So they're really just going to skip over this entire episode and just play around and joke around this entire Messy Monday. And Rashida said, my pleasure. And Braylon said, you would think him promoting that award and the fact that the cast is nominated would be a big deal if you're the executive producer of the show. Exactly, Braylon. And he's not going to acknowledge any of that at all. And he's going to, congratulate Kimmy and Maurice on their anniversary. And everybody know that they're really not in a good place right now. And previous episodes have showed that, but that's what he wanted to focus on.
this
We're
song.
not gonna do that. We're not gonna start that shit, okay?
Okay. So, Kim Memories, that is Dr. Heavenly's advice, who's been with her man
Hey,
for 30
sound check
years
Annette. Thank you
and
so much for
married for
being here,
27.
sis.
So, she knows a little something. Okay. We have to get into this episode, Dr. Heavenly, which, by the way, is one of my favorites this season.
Now, pay attention to his words. He said this episode is one of his favorites, but after watching the entire video, he never really got into the episode. He talked about everything but the actual episode. He even, recapped and went back, to the Moses and Sonny situation, which he knows that we're all so sick of, but he chooses to focus on that instead of this amazing episode that we just watched on Saturday. Hey, Cricket22, thank you so much for being here, sis.
This girls' trip has been a huge topic of conversation on social media. I want to ask you this first. Why are girls' trip?
Because it's messy as shit. Is that why it's your favorite? Because it's the messy shit. Okay.
Like Dr. Heavenly is in this funk, and I think she's kind of irritated because after having a conversation with Carlos King, he probably asked her, just finish out these last episodes. Then there's going to be another break before we move on to the next season. So just finish out the episode. So I believe she's giving him this attitude and just playing around with this review because she's already checked out. Like, I don't think she's coming back after this last episode, is aired. And sound check Annette. She's speaking to Kicking It with Courtney, and she said Melody said she probably will pull out the red phone tomorrow. Oh, I am so ready for that sound check Annette. I'm ready for that red phone.
Just gonna say that. And it's messy about nothing. It's just messy, bitch. It's just messy. It ain't even got no substance. It's just messy.
Well, the thing is this. I feel like this episode really does do a good job at what happens on girls' trips. So the thing is this. You've been on plenty of girls' trips with your cast. Why are girl trips so complicated? Because there's a whole TikTok discussion, Dr. Heavenly, about this episode and how this episode reflects how girls' trips never go right. Why is that?
Because half them hoes really don't like each other. And to me, it's never fair. It's all about who you like and who you don't like. Like, to me, if I like Melody, I'm going to say that she didn't fuck up the rooms on purpose. But if I don't like Melody, I'm like, look, she knew what
hey,
she
sis, it's Stacey. Thank you so much for being here, sis.
My friend, and she put them in. So it's all about who you like and who you don't like. Nothing else. Nothing else.
Now, guys, Dr. Heavenly is supposed to be a professional. Her husband is a professional doctor. And she's being very, very ratchet on this video. So I want you guys to pay attention to that.
So, do you think Melody purposefully
Hey, Simone Wealthy, thank you so much for
did the
being here,
rooms like
sis.
that because she don't like some of the girls?
No, I think that you did that rooms like that.
Well,
I
can tell you.
So she said that she felt like Carlos is the one that told Melody, to make these arrangements with the room or whatever. And she said she was joking, but I believe that that's really how she felt, that Carlos was the one who, kind of put a bug in Melody's ear to tell her, okay, this is how you're going to set up, the room accommodations or whatever the case may be. Oh my gosh. And you guys are saying hello to each other. And Soundcheck Annette says Elaine has always been ratchet. Yes, she has always been ratchet, Soundcheck Annette, but she did make this statement and was talking about how she wanted to rebrand her image only to come back and just be buck wild. Like, I'm not getting that. And Simone Wealthy said, I'm about to gag. I can't stand neither of these hellbound voices. Exactly, Simone. Like, it's just, this video was so annoying to me.
That didn't happen.
Too, baby. I'm just saying.
You wasn't playing. That's how you felt because you know Carlos is messy as hell, okay?
I got real nail on you, baby.
You did.
But what do you
This
think?
was like the worst review ever.
Room assignment.
The rooms are always fun. I think that, you know what, it's kind of like a slow dig at somebody. You know, you're going to pick your people that you really like and give them the favorite room.
Like the video, guys. Thank you so much.
Either not thought about, or they get the small room and share it in the back. It's kind of way on these trips. They don't have 8 rooms or however many rooms they need that are exactly the same. It's always you got something, and then you got the nice suite, and then you got somebody else, and then you got a small room at the bottom with twin beds. Well, why that's always the case, I don't know if y'all just messy when y'all set it up. I don't know. But the people that you least like get the worst rooms.
And so Dr. Heavenly is absolutely right about that. You know, anybody who's been on vacation has rented a large home, you know, to accommodate a family for a vacation, a family reunion. You know that everybody can't have a nice room, okay? That's just what it is. And I'm just really baffled at the fact that these people has played in Mel's face all season, made it clear that they don't see it for her. Like, why would she give them the best rooms over her friends that are there for her friends in real life, not these people who are fake, you know, always trying to embarrass Mel every chance they get. So she's going to give them the nice rooms instead of her friends. And contrary to what Carlos King said, Mel spent a pretty penny on this vacation because, you know, production, you know, they're only going to spend so much. And we already know they're not paying, you know, their cast members that much money. So I don't see them spending all this money on a cast trip, a girls trip. So I absolutely believe that Melody spent a lot of money because at the end of the day, Melody cares about appearances. She cares about standards. And if it's going to have her name anywhere on it, she's going to make sure that that event is fabulous. So even if she has to spend her own money, that's why she said, you know, this is a vacate the Melody Cherie way. Okay. Because she's going to always put her personal choice on it. I don't care how many, you know, dollars the cat, you know, the producers or the show wants to spend. She's going to go above and beyond just to do extra so that this is a memorable trip for everybody involved, even her closest friends, because that's a reflection of her. And like Courtney said, please hit that like button as you come in, please. And thank you so much. And thank you for that, Courtney. And Rashida said exactly. And kicking it with Courtney also said 3 chefs, dancers, gift bags. They definitely didn't pay for all of that. Absolutely, Courtney.
Just facts.
The thing is this, so I want to bring this up. So obviously, the way it works on reality shows is production obviously finds the house. And you're right. You will never find a house. I don't care if you have Jeff Bezos money. You're never going to find a singular home where each room is equal to each other. That's just not the reality of the situation. So these rooms were these rooms based on the house we found. But Melody 100% have full authority over the selection of the rooms because it is her trip. Now,
the O.J. Simpson
It has this video in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And we're back like we never left.
On social media about
and Linda
whether or
Gamma
not
said there's
Kimmy
15
and
likes and 12 in the
Tisha
chat.
deserved
Thank you guys.
the room that Melody gave her friends that she came there with, which was Shenita and Lauren. There's a debate happening now where people feel like because Kimmy and Tisha have been on the show since season 1 and they're OGs, that by default they should have been given the best rooms because they've been on the show as long as Melody. Do you agree with that?
I disagree. So you mean to tell me I'm going to give these hateful ass mean girls the best room in the house so they can continue, you know what I'm saying, to feel like they deserve this royal treatment while they treat me like shit? I don't think so. I mean, I'm going to reward the people who are actually there for me, making my life easier, not trying to make my life a living hell. Those friends deserved to have the best rooms. And since this was her trip, she gets to determine the room accommodations. And that's just that on that. Hey, Valerie R., thank you so much for being here, sis.
Absolutely. You know I love Melody. She a Scorpio, but that she gonna try to get a little dig in. The whole thing is, it's like who these two other why? If I don't mind you bringing your friends, I don't. But if this is an ensemble cast, you do not give your friends a better damn room than you get the people on the cast. Come on, Melody. Now, come on. I love you, dog. Melody, just don't get in my ass. I'm telling the truth. I'm telling the truth. Now,
so, at what point is Melody supposed to get any type of relief, any type of get back? These people play in her face on a regular basis, but yet she's always supposed to play nice, you know? And then Tisha had the nerve to invite the ops, but she's supposed to be rewarded with a fabulous room. I don't think so. Melody did the right thing. And even though she probably didn't know whether she did or not, it doesn't even matter that Tisha was going to invite the ops. You know what I'm saying? Everything happened exactly like it was supposed to happen. You know, Tisha got her karma and she didn't know she was going to get her karma. She thought she was going to have a moment on this episode, but she was sadly mistaken because Melody played in her face and you got the room with the same op that you thought it was a good idea to invite on the trip and your sister-in-law that you go hard for, okay?
You know you should have gave the rooms to Kimmy and Destiny before you gave it to them other hoes. We don't even know them. And I was wondering why they had so much to damn say, not the other little girl, but the light-skinned lady. Why she had so much to say?
Like you can really tell that Dr. Heavenly didn't watch this episode. She probably seen clips online. She's calling her the light-skinned girl. She's calling her out of her name, not the little girl. She don't know anybody's name. Like, I really feel like she didn't watch the episode because, like I said before, Dr. Heavenly has checked out. Like, she's not interested in reviewing this show anymore.
Well, the thing is, you want me to you being silent. I'ma just say this and I'ma take it back.
You're talking. I'm being silent because you're talking. Go ahead.
But I'm gonna say this and then take it back. Whoever that girl is, what's her name? Shenita.
Shenita.
Shenita had already been ran down on the game by Melody before she got there, so she already knew whose side she was on. Y'all like to know this shit is simple. Listen, she knew. You know what I'm saying? And then she gonna go. What's her name?
Tisha.
That girl, and Melody knew she was a mouthpiece. That's why she brought her. So Melody could sit.
First of all, Dr. Heavenly, Melody don't need a mouthpiece. She be checking these biatches every day on social media. So you need to do your research so that you can know what's going on because obviously you don't have a clue. She doesn't need any backup. She does a very good job of checking these bitches by herself. So she don't need no backup just to let you know, but just keep running your mouth, girl, with your ratchet ass.
And let that girl speak for herself, Shenita. And ain't nobody really gonna say too much to Shenita because she'll whip all their asses up in there. When the best sound, the head of that bitch like I had a contestant. I don't care if you can with my ass. You're not finna pump me. You're not. I hope you got security because whatever she.
I actually think that Shenita was very classy when she was calling people out. Like she wasn't like being ratchet like Dr. Heavenly is being right now. She was being very classy and she just called their ass out in a very classy way. Okay. Because she is a business professional. So unlike Dr. Heavenly, she don't choose to go down that ratchet road.
Man, I was gonna give it back to her. Y'all not gonna pump me like that. I'm not gonna run. I'm not gonna run. And if we do get to fight, I might lose, and I done lost a few of them in my time. But you gonna know you was in a. You gonna know. You gonna remember. I'm just playing, Carlos. I'm joking. I ain't trying to fight that.
It seems like everything that she's saying is a joke at this point. Like she just running her mouth. She's really not that into this, conversation. She just throwing stuff out there to see what sticks, what gets a laugh, but she is really not interested. And Rashida said, and if she sees Shenita in these ATL streets, I bet you Elaine will change her tone. Absolutely, because that's where you don't want to play. Like you can run your mouth, you know what I'm saying, on these videos, but when you see these people in person, I'm pretty sure you're gonna have a different attitude, Dr. Hellish. Hey TNTG mom, thanks for being here, sis.
But anyway, it's just like what
Because that's what a real friend does, Heavenly, but you wouldn't know nothing about that because you're not a real friend. A real friend gonna have their friends back, but you don't know anything about that.
Well, no, the thing is this. I mean, look, can you see me?
I can, yes.
Oh, the thing is this. The thing is this. Okay, so Shenita Foster used to be on a reality show called Football Wives.
I recognized her. I remember I saw her before. Yeah.
Now, if she was really interested, she would have done her homework to find out exactly who Shenita Foster was because she said that she recognized her. So it would have just taken a quick minute to do your research so that you could have been ready for this video.
Yes, and she does a lot of philanthropy in Africa and in the States, and she hangs out with some of the socialites in reality television. So that's why you guys may have seen her before. Shenita, who I know Shenita, from back in the day. Shenita has a huge personality. Shenita used to be married to a football player, but they're now divorced. So currently, Shenita is single. She's not married.
Okay.
Okay.
Martella hit.
Now you see how funny she is. Like, why did Martell have to come into this conversation? First of all, this is Melody's friend. So why would she be saying that Martell would hit Shenita? Like, this is so childish, so immature. Like, I'm just blown away. And it's Tay said, I wish Mel would tell their asses off. We all do, Tay. And I think she's at that point now because we've seen her over the last few days. She's been calling out some folks, okay? So I think, that she's there. She's ready to call all their asses out. Ain't no more playing. Like she's ready, they can all get the smoke. And Rashida said, what does her being married have to do with anything? Exactly. Like she's just like throwing things out there. Like she's just really not taking it serious. And she's just really in this playful mode. Like, I really don't care. And I think she's doing this because she wants Carlos to basically fire her. Like, you don't have to come back. Like, you're just being really ridiculous. And if her telling, Carlos King that she doesn't want to review this show anymore, she's going to show him that she no longer wants to review this show. That's why she's acting out. She's acting out like a toddler, like a spoiled brat kid. That's what she's doing right now to let him know I'm just not interested. And Rashida also said Elaine is very disrespectful, very. And Rashida, you would think her being a professional and her husband being a professional, that she would try to have more class about herself so that she doesn't embarrass her husband. If she doesn't care about her own reputation, at least consider your husband and his reputation. And I'm pretty sure this is not a good look for him, but this is just who she is. And it's Tati said, I hope she get him. Heavenly and Dusty. Absolutely, Tati.
And like if y'all looking for another cast member, Martell will hit it. I think he like climbing bitches.
Oh my God. This lady is I have never seen her. Dr. Heavenly is in rare form.
Because Shenita brings it, okay? Shenita just be talking shit. She great for reality TV, right? She said
she talking so fast, like she can't even catch her breath. And Courtney said Elaine helped remove the creator of Married to Medicine. She is a gutter snipe. And yes, she did, Courtney. She helped remove my favorite person on Married to Medicine, Mariah Huck, which I love. Even though she's still getting a bag because she, you know what I'm saying, she pissed the show. Like, they need Mariah. Like, Mariah really did make that show. And now that she's not on there, I mean, I still like the show, but the show is so much different without Mariah. And I really wish she would come back.
Watch her. said was, you know what, I can get along with everybody. You know, if I don't like them, I don't have to. You know, saying I can be cool. Watch her, cause she doesn't.
Team up, right?
Y'all motherfuckers at the table.
Mariah done leveled up.
Dumb, and I can get along with people even if they're not my favorite. Shenita took that and ran with it. That's how you do on reality TV. Shenita.
No.
She's so pretty. I like Shenita. Shenita my
She's very
friend.
pretty. No,
Oh
she's
God.
I like Shenita.
She just said, Shenita, my friend. You just admitted that you don't know Shenita, but now Shenita is your friend. Like, make it make sense, Dr. Heavenly. Like, you is really wilding out.
She's cool. The thing is that Shenita has always had that personality. So I want the world to know, and this is me talking to you real heavily, that is who she's always been. She has a big personality. Now, let's have a real conversation. Shenita also has never saw a camera that she didn't like, right? So listen, when opportunity, what's it called, Heavenly? When fate meets opportunity? I think I got it right. I could have butchered that. Shenita knew what time it was and said,
I'm taking my opportunity and I'm running with it. But the thing is, Melody knew it. Melody knew who she was when she brought her there.
Yeah, no. Everything Shenita has said, obviously, one or two things may have happened. Either she is a fan of the show and she has watched every single episode, or because she.
So just to let you know, Shenita has already cleared up all of the rumors, all of the lies that you were going to tell and that you did tell. And she said she does not watch the show. And even though she may have had some conversations with Melody, she don't know who these people are. She don't know who they, she may have heard their names, but she don't know the ins and the outs of the people on this show. Okay. And it's Tate said that's what's wrong with Carlos. He can't get rid of Mel and he's mad. Absolutely. Like Tate, he's done everything that he can to get rid of Melody. He's let everybody bully her, harass her, call her out, just whatever. And he just ain't able to get rid of Mel. Because first of all, Mel has the following. Nobody else on this cast has a following except Mel. And if you take Mel away, her followers leave. So you won't have a show. So it really irks Carlos's blood that he can't get rid of Melody, because if he does, there won't be a show. Hey, my good sis Toot Latrice, thank you so much for being here. And Rashida also said, so basically, Carlos is saying that Shenita was putting on for the camera. Mel is going to expose Carlos for the slimy snake he is. And you know what, Shenita? I can't wait, because it's definitely going to happen. And Carlos knows it's going to happen. That's why he's been on edge. Like, he's joking around right now because he's laughing to keep from crying, because he knows that this shit is going down the drain. Yes.
Mel's friend, they may have had some private conversations because
it's the latter.
Hey, Regina Phillips, thanks so much for being here.
Shenita was very opinionated when it came to Tisha, and I thought it was so interesting that she singled Tisha out in the way she.
Why would you think it was so interesting that she singled Tisha out? Tisha invited the ops. Tisha invited someone out of everybody that's on this show, all of the cast members. Tisha invited the person that doesn't get along with Mel the most. Okay. So why do you find it so strange that, Shenita singled Tisha out? Tisha needed to be called out on her bullshit. And that's exactly what Shenita did. Okay. And you liked it because you said that this is one of your best episodes ever. So you enjoy seeing Shenita call Tisha out on her bullshit, Carlos. Let's keep it real. And kicking in with Courtney said, listen to Carlos spin this narrative. Exactly, sis.
He was giving it to her, not just once, but twice. Like the whole thing about the thing that Shenita did that gave me pause was the fact that she's in the middle of eating her dinner with her dinner fork, and Tisha sitting across from her. She whispers loudly to Melody in front of Tisha, saying, "Watch her," pointing the fork in Tisha's direction.
When you order
Well, at least she said it to her face and she didn't say it behind her back. That's what a real bitch do. She said it to her face. She didn't talk about it behind her back. She said it to her face.
She was waiting on Tisha at the door. My whole thing is she was waiting on Tisha to say any fucking thing. That's how they do it. You know what I'm saying? This was her job and she came to do it. She came there for Melody, right? And she said, Melody, who you fuck with and who you don't. Similar to how Jocelyn came on our show and with Buffy, and then Jocelyn and went in on Toya telling me, who don't pay their fucking taxes? Do you think she watched our show just intricately? Or Buffy told her, bitch, this the bitch that's been fucking with me and she don't pay her taxes. They don't be like that, people.
Girl, we don't want to talk about Married to Medicine. That's not what we're here to talk about. And Rashida also said, yes, he is kicking it with Courtney. He's making sure he paints Tisha as a princess who does nothing wrong. Exactly. Like, I don't know why Tisha always gets a pass. Like, she doesn't have to share her real life story. I mean, she gets to go off on everybody and nobody really checks Tisha. Like, I'm so over it. Like, I want Tisha ass to be called out for the mean girl that she is. The jealous, hateful, mean girl that she is. Okay? Hey, Paula Childs, thank you so much for being here. And she said, Carlos is fake to the bones. Fake, 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 Paula. And Courtney also said that exactly, and painting Mel as the villain and bully. So yes, absolutely, Courtney. He's trying to paint Mel as a villain, and now he's also trying to paint Sunny as the villain. Like Sunny had no idea when she signed up to do this show that she would be a villain.
Just watching the show. No, they got informed on what, and it was what she was waiting on Tisha to say anything. And when she said it, she went in on her.
Well, maybe she should have kept her damn mouth shut then.
And I can't wait for Destiny. Is Destiny coming? Because I'm guaranteeing you, Shakita.
Now, Carlos been saying this lady name the whole time, Shenita. Like, why you coming? Like, why do you always purposely try to disrespect somebody's name? Hellish. Like, it's simple. It's a very common name. It's not like she has a name that's hard to say. It's Shenita. But you always trying to get a key. You know what I'm saying? And then you wonder why people be coming after your ass and calling you Dr. Hellish and why don't nobody like you because you messy AF. And Regina is speaking to everybody.
It's Shenita, not Shakita the banana.
Shenita is gonna jump on Destiny ass too. Guarantee how much you want to bet.
Well,
and she needs to.
Cause
I can't wait.
Destiny either. Then actually Destiny probably the person that Melody don't like the worst, right?
Absolutely. And Tisha knew that when she invited her.
At the end of the day, Mel speaks to Tisha. She films with Tisha. She speaks to Kimmy. Mel films with the girls. She has not filmed. Melody has not seen Destiny yet this season.
Is Destiny coming on this trip?
Yeah. And leave it up to messy ass Tisha to invite her on what was supposed to be a fun-filled girls trip. Leave it to messy ass Tisha. So Tisha got, what she gets, what she gives.
She is.
Why didn't she ride with them? Because Melody didn't want her to ride.
No, because
pull up in here. I'm just saying, I love it, but
no. That had nothing to do with it. Obviously, so Destiny has a young child, so it was a scheduling thing. But she comes the next day.
Nah, I wanted them on the bus together. That's what I need. Can she ride back with them?
Oh, you're gonna see.
Honestly, I'm glad that Destiny didn't come to the girls trip until the next day because that prevented her having to ride on the bus with Sunny. So I'm glad it happened that way.
So next week's episode, you're gonna see Destiny and Melody have an all-out conversation.
And
where
Shakita got to say about it.
See, there you go again with the bullshit. She called her Shakita. He done told her name is Shenita, and you keep, coming with this Shakita bullshit. Like, Dr. Heavenly, please stop doing these shows because, girl, like, it's just ridiculous.
It's Shenita.
Shenita. Do we need to, spell it out for you?
Shenita. Shenita. I like Shenita. Keep her him. Melody need a friend because she don't like none of these bitches really.
And she don't.
Shenita. And let her date Martell. Well, no, if she date Martell, Melody ain't gonna put her no more.
Like, date Martell. Who in the hell want broke ass tail? Girl, oh my God. Like, you always trying to set Martell up with somebody. Do you want Martell? Don't nobody want his broke ass.
No, I don't think that'll fly.
No, we got to get her somebody else. Who can she date?
Nobody on this show.
Moses out there.
Moses is married.
Oh, I forgot.
You can tell. She's just saying anything that comes to mind.
What you call the man name? He's
Marquez.
Well, I mean, I ain't think about that.
Marquez is still married. Don't nobody want his ass either.
I talk to Marquez. I don't talk to his grandmama and everything. I just don't. Down.
You are right, Paula. They got a lot of mouth because they own this platform and they just making a mockery of this show. Like, this is not even a real review. They're supposed to be reviewing the show, but this is not a review. This is just Dr. Heavenly being silly. You know what I'm saying? Because she don't want to be there anymore. She's already checked out.
And now y'all got a whole nother couple down there. You know what I'm saying?
What was funny is Shenita, I believe she still may be in Atlanta, and Marquez is in Atlanta.
Ooh.
Like, really?
Shakita,
this man wife, current wife, was just all over social media saying that he liked men. And so you want to put that narrative out there, Carlos? Okay.
But I don't need to meet Shakita in the streets.
She called her Shakita again.
My friend, and she's just Melody's friend. And I love Scorpios. I love Melody. I love Chiquita. And I love everybody. I love everybody.
And Rashida said, first of all, none of those men on that show can sit at Dr. Shenita Foster's table. That part, Rashida.
Keep looking it up because you done messed
No, you fucking it up because you want to F it up.
Shakita, I have Shenita for years.
Shenita. What's Shenita's last name?
Foster. Pay attention.
Shenita Foster. Okay. I know her though. I've seen that bitch.
She said, I know her. I seen that bitch before. Like, so disrespectful to these people who are so prestigious. Like, this girl is out here. This is Dr. Shenita Foster, baby. To you, in case you ain't did your research. And hey, Mama Bees, thank you so much for being here, sis. Love you down.
Oh, I know her somewhere.
I would say she's also considered to be an Atlanta socialite.
I mean, I met her then.
You have definitely met Shenita. Shenita is always Shenita is always at the philanthropy events, social events. And like I said, she's always in Africa, doing philanthropy work. So she's a socialite. She's always around. You have definitely seen Shenita.
With Nell
and Rashida also said she's actually Carlos's mouthpiece. There you go, Rashida. That part. I don't think she's doing this to get kicked off Messy Mondays. Carlos put the battery in her back. Well, if he was going to put a battery in her back, you would hope that he would, have her to make some sense, because right about now, she's not making any sense. She just acting silly. Like she don't want to be there. Like Carlos is wasting her time. Honestly.
and
Hear me. Okay, so obviously, look, I was surprised that Kimmy and Tisha, not Kimmy, Tisha was hurt. Like,
hurt
Tisha was really hurt by it. And Tisha said
Tisha was hurt because she didn't get the room she want, and her mother is going live on social media every day dragging mail, but she's supposed to have the lapse of luxury. Like, Carlos, make it make sense. This is ridiculous at this point. Like, I'm so tired.
Room selection is indicative in how Mel feels about us.
You think?
You don't like us, pretty much, right?
And you don't like me, so the feeling is mutual.
Like, and she was hurt by that.
Tisha don't get is anybody could have got that room because Mel don't like none of your asses.
Bye, like Paula said.
Don't be hurt.
Who do you think on the show Mel likes the most?
None of them mother suckers. Not now one of them. She just do her job. She show up to work. That's it.
The only person I can think of that she filmed with.
Oh, and maybe Sunny.
It's Sunny.
Exactly.
Right? Sunny's new. Mm-hmm. She filmed with Sunny. She went shopping with Sunny. She gave Sunny heads up. She don't know Sunny.
And guys, have you noticed how, like, Mel is playing, chess, not checkers? She's acting like she's okay with Trish because she knew that they brought Trish on the show because she slept with Martell. Okay. So instead of her like coming at Trish with the heat, she's playing nice with Trish because she's doing the opposite of what they expected her to do. Great move, Mel. Hey, Yana. Thank you so much for being here. She says, I hate that he can recognize everyone else hurt except Mel's. You are absolutely right, Yana. That's a great point.
Know these other hoes and she don't like them, so she probably like Sunny the best, probably.
What do you think about the dynamic between Melody and Miss Nell? Because that's where the argument between Kimmy and Nell happened. So Miss Nell and Mel were friends for years. When Melody and Martell were married, Melody and Martell would get advice from Nell and Chris Fletcher because Chris Fletcher cheated on Nell when they were, back in the day. And Melody and Nell would have conversations over the phone and talk to each other, vice versa. Melody gave Nell a room, but it didn't have a card on it. Nell, for some reason, took offense to not having a card because she felt like you forgot about me, right? So that was
the problem is, Carlos King, Nell wants to act like, oh, she's Melody's good friend, her longtime friend. She wants special treatment, but she wants to go on these interviews and drag Melody. Like, and Melody see her for who she really is. So where she thinks she's supposed to get this special treatment, like Mel is over it. Mel done already called her out, a couple of episodes ago, for, pretending that she's Mel good friend, but then Loki shading Mel when she goes on these interviews. So, Mel Nell needs to get over it because again, you get what you give. Okay.
her angst. You forgot to place a name card on my bed. So when she went out and saw Melody talking to Kimmy and Tisha, Nell told Kimmy and Tisha to suck it up, like what she did. And
absolutely, then the Gambo, the setup against Melody. All of this was a setup, but it didn't play out the way that they thought it was going to play out.
The way Kimberly, who I'm scared of, the way Kimberly stepped to Nell is the reason why I'm like, when it comes to Kimmy, whatever you want, girl, get it. Because I don't want no smoking Kimmy.
Why are you trying to act like, Kimmy is this big bad wolf? Like, Kimmy always play it safe. Like, she's not this rah-rah type of person. But on this video, he's trying to make like, oh, he's so scared of Kimmy. Basically, he's trying to like, boost Kimmy up because everybody knows she doesn't have a storyline. So that's why he's trying to talk so much about Kimmy, because obviously they had a conversation with Kimmy and told her that she needs to be a little bit more rah-rah. So I think that's the reason why he keeps saying that he's afraid of Kimmy.
Right. So let's just jump back, okay? Get advice from somebody because they man cheated on him. Well, number one, why would I go to advice to somebody who man cheated on? Okay, so
hello,
on me, so I'm gonna teach you how to deal with a cheater.
Exactly, I'm gonna teach you how to stay with a cheater. You know what I'm saying? Accept your husband being a cheater. That's exactly what Nell was trying to do to Mel. She was trying to convince Mel to stay with the cheating ass husband, and Mel wasn't having it. And Yana said that Kimmy is just as old as Nell. She absolutely is, Yana, and that's the reason why Nell was speaking to her that way. She wasn't speaking to her, you know what I'm saying, like, as an elder or whatever. She was just speaking to somebody who's on her same level, basically. And Mama B said they're mad because they thought they were going to ambush Mel and Dr. Shenita check they ass. Absolutely. They got checked. Hey, Etta G, thank you so much for being here.
No, that's okay. We trauma bonded. We bonded because my man cheated on me. But okay. So did Chris cheat like had a baby, or did Chris cheat
No.
for like 5 years, or did Chris cheat? Did Chris cheat? Did he respectfully cheat? Cheating is wrong, and
No, he did not.
To another bitch about my man cheating. If my man, you know what I'm saying? Like your man cheated on you, you know what I mean? Let's bond over that. Cause what did you do?
That's exactly what they wanted Mel to do.
What did you say?
All the ladies on this show wanted Mel to bond with them over their cheating ass husbands. And that didn't happen. And that's why she's getting the heat that she's getting today. It's because she was supposed to, you know what I'm saying, fall in line, let her husband cheat in peace. And she decided not to do that because of the classy woman that she is.
But this is where, okay, I'm not married, so I really am asking this innocently. The way I've been told that married couples should not get advice from single people, right? That married couples should get advice from other married couples. If I'm a wife who experienced infidelity, and I know another wife who experienced infidelity and they worked through it, shouldn't I get advice from that wife who went through it and was able to deal with it to the point where they're still married?
I'm gonna say it, and
It's like this right here, Carlos. She did deal with it for about 5 years. She gave, her ex-husband Martell all the opportunity to get his shit together. He chose not to do that because he just wanted her to fall in line. And that's what she was not able to do. She was not able to just let her husband cheat in peace. She decided to leave his ass after giving him every opportunity in the world to correct his behavior.
take it back. That's one way to look at it. And I love Melody. I love Melody. But I'm gonna try to talk to a bitch that probably had a good relationship that their husband didn't have to cheat.
Hello, that part.
Playing. Okay, yes. We'll talk to somebody. Maybe just that's just like me saying, okay, I'm 15 and I'm pregnant. Let me go talk to another 15-year-old that's pregnant. We just finna bond because misery loves company.
Yes.
She's teaching me shit.
Exactly.
Because at the end of the day,
Mel can't teach nobody shit.
So okay, but yes, let's be friends. But who the friendship? Was it Martell said go be her friend because she cheated too.
And honestly, she don't know it, but she's making a good point right now. A lot of men try to pair you up with the people who are acting in the way that they want you to act. So everybody that Martell wanted, Mel to be friends with, they already knew that their man was a cheater. So he was introducing her to women who let their husbands cheat in peace. And that's why, you know, he introduced her to all of these ratchet ass people because they were in agreement with their cheating ass husbands.
And y'all need to just learn how to deal with it together and bond over it and get together. And have some drinks and talk about, girl, he cheated on me like this and he cheated on me like that. But girl, I'm gonna say no.
Like the idiots that they are.
From my understanding,
and when I say that, I don't mean that, you can't forgive your husband for cheating, but it's just the way that things are done. These men do not cheat respectfully, if that's even a thing. Like, I don't want nothing to do with any of it, but I'm just saying, like, they didn't cheat respectfully. Like, these men are gross. And Mama B said, why is Dr. Heavenly calling those lady bees? She sounds so, Mama Bees, that's the point I'm trying to make. Like, for her to be a professional, and her husband to be a professional, like, she's acting very ratchet right now. And LaShonda West, thank you so much for being here. And she said, yes, Martell said he wanted Mel to be like Tisha. Oh my God, of all people, like Tisha? Oh my God, that's an insult.
I believe Chris and Martell were friends first, and you know how it goes when the wives become friends. So
ladies, it's okay to find your own friends. It's okay to, mingle with some of your husband's friends and couple friends, but make sure you have your own set of friends, okay? Because you don't want to find yourself just going along, and going with the flow of people who will accept any and everything in their marriages. Hey, oh, hey, happy mama. And she said that's why Tisha and Kimmy hates Mel because she left and is free and they are stuck and miserable. Oh my goodness, girl, you just spoke a word, honey. Preach, preach, preach. Absolutely. They are miserable in their marriages and Mel is living free. She's vacationing, she's stacking her bag, and they hate it. And Etta G said she always called women the B word with her nasty mouth. Exactly. She has a filthy mouth. And Rashida said she's acting like she's been hanging with Junkie Dineva. Yeah, they friends behind the scenes, girl.
All the men cheat in Huntsville. Is that true?
Yes, that is true. All the men in Huntsville cheat. Dr. Heavenly, make sure you don't ever go there.
I mean, look, these have been alleged, right?
No, these ain't alleged. No.
Like Teresa man so good, but the man said that he had a woman for 10 years and was laying up in Trisha's bed, and the bitch, he wasn't even smart enough to turn his GPS, his Wi-Fi iPhone off. The girl came to the house and Trisha let him in.
Now, isn't it funny that she done went and did a little research on Ken to find out that he had been in this relationship with this woman for 10 years, and he was so stupid that he didn't turn his GPS off, and that's how his ex found out that he was sleeping around with Trisha. Now, she was so intrigued by their story that she went and did her homework, but she didn't think it was important enough for her to go and watch this episode, do her homework to find out who Shenita is, who Lauren is, just nothing. Like, she's stuck on that Trish, Ken, and Marquez situation.
And the girl told him he had to get out. Am I paraphrasing allegedly? That's what he said. That's what I got in the conversation. And that's how he ended up moving in the house that Marquez paid for. I don't know who lying. I don't.
Yeah, she's very invested in that storyline.
So you went in there 10 years, you thinking they probably got something real after 10 years, right? He found a new bitch that he back, and he talking about eating her coochie through the DM.
Wait, are we talking about Ken?
See, Dr. Heavenly mad because she thought Ken was such a great man till Marquez came on there and said that he was sending her chocolate emojis and he was in her DM telling her that he wanted to eat the box. So she's mad because she liked Ken so much and she thought that he was such a great guy to only find out that he was just like the rest of the men on this show.
With the chocolate and talking about he want to eat her coochie through the thing, but he got a woman for 10 years. Yeah. I need to stop all of this shit. Because let me hush. I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna say it. Like on trauma bond and everybody, she could have talked to anybody. Man could have talked to anybody in Huntsville about who man cheated on him. She ain't had to go to Nell and Chris. She could have went to
Nell and Chris.
Everybody at that damn table.
That was the wrong people to go to. And wait till Dr. Heavenly find out that not only was he messing with Trish while she was still actively married to Marquez, and not to say that they're divorced because we all know that they're still married. Wait till she find out that Ken has been accused of sleeping with strippers in Texas. And Mama B said it is alleged that Dr. Heavenly's husband is cheating on her with a clear woman and don't sleep in the same bedroom with her. You can't give anyone advice. Go sit down somewhere. Yes, she's doing the same thing that Mel and Chris was trying to do, trying to give advice when their own marriage is effed up. Hey, Patrice Phillips, thanks so much for being here, sis.
For you to tell me.
Tell me if I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, tell me if I'm wrong.
Listen, I'm not married. So I respectfully I respectfully listen to people give married couples about. I'm not married, so I can't help you, sis. I'm not the one to talk to about infidelity. I'm not. I mean, I'm not.
Yeah, that's watching Messy Mondays that's on Carlos King show. Don't call me him. Don't. Just look at a few damn clips and we just had.
She just admitted it. She said, I'm just playing. I just look at a few clips. So she just admitted that she didn't watch this episode. She only seen a few clips on social media, like a lot of us do before we watch the actual show. So that's why she's just laughing it off, playing around, acting silly and ratchet because she didn't see the episode. Like, girl, you show up at the same place at the same time. Why would you not watch the episode? Like, this is ridiculous. It's time for her to go.
Nothing.
And she's being honest.
Don't have your grandmother call me. Don't have your daddy call me. Don't have your ex call me. Want to hear? I'm just playing. I don't know shit. Okay.
This is part.
So, guys, put it in the chat if you think that Marquez had his grandma to call Dr. Heavenly. She made a point of mentioning that, and they were supposed to have a conversation. So I feel like Marquez's grandmother did call Dr. Heavenly.
She didn't give Shakita the information for
she called Shenita once again.
Because she thought that would be best that Shenita and everybody got a better.
I feel like I want to give away, some type of cash up or something. If somebody can go back and count how many times this lady called Shenita Shaquita. You know what I'm saying? Like, so disrespectful of Dr. Shenita Foster. And yes, I got a $15 cash out for anybody that can go back and have the same number as me of the number of times that Dr. Heavenly called Shenita Shaquita.
Then Kimmy and Tisha. Saying I do reality TV, I already see through all of this.
That's why you're the perfect person to talk to about this. That's why I love your insight. So when you saw Nell and Kimmy get into it, what were you thinking in that moment?
I felt like I like both of them. I like Kimmy and I like Nell. But my thing is, if Kimmy got mad, she had a reason to be mad. Nell, I'm going to say, I love Nell, but Nell kind of like Sweet Tea in the Rain. You coming in with the wrong tone, bitch. And I'm guilty of that too. But I understand, Kimmy, don't come in here talking about suck it up, bitch. You ain't got nothing to do with the conversation. I'm just saying. I'm feeling Kimmy on that, and I could see how Kimmy got upset about it.
Okay, and Toot said, I think the granny spoke to her, and I do too. I think that she did have a conversation. Of course, she's an elderly lady, so I'm pretty sure Marquez had to make the phone call and put his grandmother on the phone. And I'm pretty sure that's when the grandma, talked about how good of a man and husband and father Marquez is. So now that's why she's saying, don't call me because I'm not your therapist. It ain't nothing I can do about it. And Etta G said she knows what she is doing. Exactly, Etta G. She just doing things, just to get, some giggles out of everybody, but she's not taking any of this serious. And LaShonda West said Heavenly admitted to speaking with the grandma. Oh, she did, LaShonda. I didn't know that she actually, it admitted it. I kind of figured she did, but I never heard her admit it out of her own mouth. Maybe she said that on her show. Her YouTube channel.
Yeah, I think it was. The thing is this. Nell is known to be like Dr. Simone. We call her surround sound Simone because Simone projects, right?
But Simone be loud, strong, and wrong. Is she be thinking about, she just start hopping. You just don't even want to argue with her.
Kind of like you, Dr. Heavenly, be loud and wrong and calling people out their names. Like, you're the one that's projecting.
So you just be quiet. It don't mean she right.
Okay, so the thing with Miss Nell is the fact that her voice projects a lot, right? So with that being said, when she said suck it up. That's why Kim was like, you need to calm down because, first of all, this has nothing to do with you. Secondly, you're not going to talk to me that way because this is the thing. Kimmy, obviously, they're all grown, but Kimmy has always prided herself. I'm a grown ass woman. I talk grown and I act grown. And I think Nell's bravado was disturbing Kimmy's peace.
Now, guys, I have a couple of questions that I need some feedback. First of all, I know you guys watched the episode. Did you see how Kimmy had her hands all in their face? Girl, wrong move. I'm gonna need you to back up. I'm gonna need you to give me my personal space. And I felt like once, you know, Kimmy bucked up on Nell when Tisha was like, "Oh, your nipples is out." Her nipples was not out, and I felt like that was Tisha's way of letting Nell know. You know what I'm saying? Oh, this is the Scots. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you got a problem with one Scot, you got a problem with all the Scots, and that's why she had to actually put her hands on Nell, which was very, very disrespectful. Kimmy kicked it off by, putting her hands all in Nell's face, but not actually touching Nell. But, Tisha stepped up to actually put her hands on Nell. So to me, that was them letting Nell know that, okay, we finna get ready to double team your ass. If you come for Kimmy, you come for me. And that's just how they roll. And Linda Gamble said, Heavenly Dr. Simone is going to drag you for filth. And I hope she does, because I love me some Simone. She's fun, she's real, and she be putting Dr. Heavenly in her damn place, which is what she needs. And Patrice said, that's ground for lights out. Don't touch me when I'm mad. Exactly. And they knew exactly what they were doing, just all up in Nell's face. Now, don't get me wrong. Nell was doing a little too much. And it was obvious that Nell had a little too much to drink. But I don't care. Don't come in my personal space. You know what I'm saying? Because that's grounds for fighting. Don't do that. And to Latrice said, Tisha sounded stupid talking about snatching a wig. Okay. um Tisha just mad because she can't afford a damn wig. Them ugly ass wigs she be having on. She just mad. She just mad because I think they both are. Because Nell have been leveling up. Nell done went and got some procedures done to her body. You know what I'm saying? Like, Nell done stepped up her game when it comes to her looks, dressing, whatever the case may be. And I think they hate on Nell because they see Nell coming for their spot because they don't have a storyline, you know? And then not only does Nell have the storyline of, her and, Chris's relationship, now she could potentially get a spinoff with her family. So they hating on Nell real bad. And Mama B said, exactly. And LaShonda West said, they always double teaming people. Exactly. And that's the way their husbands like it. They want them to stick together being married to Scots. And Toot said, people who argue with a drunk is not right in the head. Well, you know what, Toot? I mean, if you choose to get drunk and you want to come and argue at me, I'm going to have to get with you with whether you drunk or not. You know what I'm saying? Because one thing you're not going to do, you're not going to play in my face. You're not going to get close up in my personal space. You're not going to do none of that. You better sit your drunk ass down somewhere. You know what I'm saying? And let it wear off. If anything, she better go over there and sit in the corner and drink some water. And to also say exactly, Nell came in and took over Kimmy's place. That's exactly what she did. And because they're kind of like in the same age range, maybe, Kimmy is taking that a little personal. And then Patrice said, them Scots thought they would be able to take over and it failed. They boring. We do not care. Absolutely.
I'm not biased. I like both of them.
Yeah.
I really think that Kimmy was upset because of the tone. You don't come in the conversation, you don't know nothing about it, and say, suck it up. That's my thought.
Yeah.
That's me. That's the side I'm on.
Okay. I'm gonna tell you this, guys. Another reason why I feel like Nell was kind of bucking up and throwing her weight around is because out of all the people on this cast, with the exception of Sunny, because she's new, Nell is honestly the only one that does have somewhat of a friendship with Mel. So basically, Nell was pulling rank. Like, you bitches don't even like Mel. Mel is my friend, or the one she likes to pretend is her friend. So, Nell was pulling rank. Like, you bitches don't even like, Mel. So this is my friend. So of course, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get the best room. I'm gonna get the royal treatment because I'm actually a real friend in her head.
Okay.
Maybe I'm missing something out here. I could be.
No, I definitely think that was the main thing about that is the fact that it was the tone.
Did they have issues before that? Like, do they not like each other?
They haven't had any issues that I've seen on the show.
So that lets me know, Dr. Hellish, that you haven't done your research, because you would know that all of these people on the show have an issue with Mel except for Sonny.
Oh, do they like each other? That's a very good question.
Because we know Mel don't like none of them.
He's trying to come up with a good lie.
Man, listen, I'm just joking, y'all.
Yeah, you've been joking the whole show and eating them damn sunflower seeds.
Like
they the best, like you eat some damn steak or something.
And we gonna get together because your man cheated on you, girl, and we gonna be friends because both our husbands cheat. Bitch, you could have been friends with any bitch on that table.
Oh, she's so silly. Oh my God. And Toot Latrice said, I'm sure they are still shocked no one likes them except Marceau.
But hip hop is back. His topic is
And Patrice said, I can't stand the way Carlos talks. It sounds like scraping the chalkboard. Exactly, Patrice. It is so annoying. And even Dr. Heavenly's laugh is annoying, to be honest.
Some people realize that we playing.
Yeah, you definitely playing with these people real lives.
Funny, can't laugh. Have a funny bone.
You need to Heavenly, you wrong, and you need to this right there.
She right. Now, even though she's joking, but she's absolutely right. Carlos needs to call her ass out because she is acting very silly, very ratchet, calling people out their names, calling people bitchs. So if he was taking this serious, he would call her out and like, let's get serious, Dr. Heavenly. We're supposed to be reviewing the show. You're being very disrespectful to my cast members. You know what I'm saying? So she's telling him what he need to be doing. And he's just taking it all like it's one big joke.
You're wrong about the fact that as a married woman, you think if a wife is being cheated on, she should talk to somebody else. I'm gonna tell you wrong for that.
A bond, like, okay, your man cheated, my man cheated, so let's talk to them. And now Martell did encourage it. You know what? I know I cheated, baby. I know I cheated.
Now, Martell was nowhere on this episode. As a matter of fact, there was no man nowhere on this episode. So I don't know why she keeps talking about the men instead of, especially Martell, instead of focusing on what happened on this actual episode. Like, she's just like, really into the men. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous. Review the episode that we just watched, Dr. Heavenly. Why do you keep bringing up these men? You're like male identified at this point.
But you know what? I got a friend. He cheated too. So you need to go meet his wife, and y'all need to talk it through. That's what you're giving me.
Well, I think these are good questions that should be brought up and asked, because I don't know the basis of what their friendship started on, right? So these are some good questions to ask, and I'll make sure to ask them. So
I ain't gonna ask shit because you already know what's the ins and outs of all these people on this show.
She talked about obviously affects a lot of women.
Now he's getting ready to have the conversation about Sonny's IVF, and watch how. Now this is something that's very serious to the point where Sonny shed a tear when she was in the van. Now watch how Dr. Heavenly breezes over it and just downplays the fact that this is a real situation and this woman really wants to have a baby, and this can be very, emotional when you're trying to have a baby and you're having setbacks. But watch how she just brushes over it.
according to the World Health Organization, 1 out of 6 women suffers through infertility, right? And Sunny brought that up on this most recent episode, that that's what she was going through, and dealing with, as a woman of a particular age. And I don't know how old Sunny is, so I don't want to, mention her age just by saying a number. But I'll say this much: I appreciated Sunny for revealing that, because look, people are seeing Sunny as one way. People see her as like this woman who stole someone's man, which we'll get to that in a second, because that also came up at dinner. But I like the fact that she was able to express what her challenges are dealing with infertility, especially because a lot of people can relate to it. And I like the fact that there was a softer side shown to her.
Yeah, my heart goes out to Sunny. That's unfortunate. And you know what? Keep trying. I mean, if God has something for you, He has it for you. And I think that she is a beautiful girl, and she'll be okay. Now we can talk about and I don't want to sound like I'm putting that to the side, because
yeah, you definitely put that to the side.
That happened to her. But I also want to talk about, y'all keep saying Sunny to that girl, man. I like Destiny, and I like everybody who I met. Like, I'm sitting here with Trish. I like Trish. I like Moses. I mean, I ain't met Moses. I mean, what's the name? Ken. And I like Marquez. And everybody got their side of the story. And all of these are great.
You
people,
like
right?
Melody. You like Martell.
Yeah, I love everybody. But my whole thing is, I don't know Sunny. I've never met Sunny, but Sunny can't take no damn man that don't want to be taken.
She went right back to that.
Sunny, and I know I've been joking and no. I do think that Destiny thought that bitch was her friend. I really do. But at the end of the day, like the girl said, y'all didn't be talking to the dude. But my problem with the whole thing is like, I hate to say it, you know what I'm saying, and take it back. I'm gonna take it back because you're gonna tell me to take it back. But you get them how you lose them how you get them. Watch how this plays out for her. Watch how it plays out for Trisha, the woman that had the man for 10 years. And then he over there at Trisha's house, and knowing that Trisha's still married. God don't like ugly.
So she went right back to the ratchet ass conversations about Trisha, about Sunny, and Destiny and Moses that we're so sick of. Carlos really did try to have a moment, a real sensitive moment or whatever, and just shine some light on what Sunny is going through. And Dr. Heavenly wanted to go right back to the mess.
He just don't. And my only problem was because I feel like that was Moses' problem, right? And my problem with Sunny was, and you know what? I ain't even gonna say I might have been the same. I might have been saying, bitch, you know what? That's your man. It's my man now. Fuck you. But I just feel like she could have been a little softer with Destiny.
Oh, child, softer with Destiny, when Destiny coming with some big deep energy. Miss me with that. And Patrice said the way she be lusting over these men tells me that her husband does not give her any attention, and he probably in the basement, like they all said. Absolutely, Patrice. Like, she's just so ratchet. Like, this man is a professional. He's around professional people all the time. He's very well respected. And can you imagine being that type of person and then having a wife that's so ratchet on social media? You know what I'm saying? And everybody knows it. Like, that is just so embarrassing. So he just don't want to hear her talking ass mouth. And then Patrice also said, but Heavenly said she stole her man too, so she can't talk. Exactly. She definitely said, that her husband was dating somebody when she met him and said, oh, he's going to be my husband. So at the end of the day, she a side chick too. So maybe she has sympathy for side chicks.
Like, you know what I'm saying? She came in like, bitch, that's my man. You know what I'm saying? It seemed to me, which we only see 7 minutes of a 2-hour scene.
Mm-hmm. She always make a point of saying that.
You can't take a man that don't want to be taken. You can't blame the bitch. And you got so put out there that the man was not married. Okay?
Right.
He wasn't. So we're going to pray out the bed, Sonny. You are with me. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I think it could have been nicer, but it's unfortunate what happened. But
Dr. Heavenly, we all think differently. We all think that Sunny need to buck up a little bit. We think that Sunny need to set all these bitches straight. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's been too nice. It's past the nice shit. It's time to let these helpers know Like, you gonna stop playing in my face. You know what I'm saying? So I feel the exact opposite of what Dr. Heavenly is saying right now. And Etta G said, is that why your husband cheating and you allowing it? Because nobody wants you? Yes, exactly. Like, nobody want her messy ass. You know, if her husband do leave her or whatever, good luck finding another man, Dr. Heavenly, because you just too messy and ratchet.
Everybody's good people. I like Kimmy. I like Nell. Trisha. I like they men.
I'm
My
sure you
man
do
is
like they men with your male identified ass.
he the thing I love about Martell is he don't give a damn. But that's the same.
Are we talking about Martell yet again? Now you done already said that you wouldn't want him as a husband, you wouldn't want him as a boyfriend. So what's so good about him? You know, you can say what you don't like about him, but we can't figure out what you do like about him. Because he don't have no good
Just like
qualities.
Mel. Mel give a damn. She's saying fuck all y'all. And you included.
Absolutely.
I'm joking. But
That's all y'all.
just joking. But my whole thing is, yeah, Nick took nobody, man, that couldn't, you know what I'm saying? Unless he wanted to be taken. I see that.
Well, I think that's the thing too, and I'm glad you brought that up because I think
See, that's the problem. She need to quit bringing it up because we all sick of talking about it. We all sick of seeing Destiny on her, Mental Mondays, talking about the same thing over and over again, which is Melody and Sunny. Like, can we move on? Like, the lady is going on a 1-year anniversary. She trying to have a baby. Like, why are we still having this conversation? Like, it's really getting ridiculous at this point.
I strongly believe at the end of the day, just like how we talked about last week, right? When you first met Dr. Damon, while y'all were both in med school, right? You was in dental school, he was in med school. And how you said he had a girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
We know her, and we know her.
You didn't have to know the hoe, Dr. Heavenly. You knew he had a girlfriend, so you can't talk about none of these other ladies because at the end of the day, you was low-key a side chick, okay?
My friend Carolyn Moore. Carolyn Moore? Well, I can't tell that story. Anyway, if it was me and Carolyn Moore was dating some dude, right? And I thought about it, he's trying to start talking to me, right? I would go straight to Carolyn. And I'd be like, Carolyn, we cool or whatever. What's up with this dude? You know what I'm saying? From the beginning. That's the type of bitch I've always been.
And that's what I was getting at too. Yes, I think that right, because the difference is this, because I always like to relate it to what you and I go through, right? When you saw Dr. Damon, you said, that's my husband. That's my husband, and it is what it is.
Even though he had a girlfriend.
I'm gonna get him. He had a girlfriend. At the end of the day, he wasn't married, and Dr. Damon is a grown ass man who made a choice. He made a choice to end a relationship to be with you, and y'all been together for 30
years. And I ain't even say he ended it to be with me. I think it was gonna end anyway.
Well,
you just helped it along.
But so that's the difference here. You had no relationship, loyalty. You knew this girl nothing. Y'all not friends. I think the difference with the Destiny and Sunny thing is at the end of the day, whether or not you guys were friends, you guys had a relationship of professionalism, a relationship of producer cast member. Whether or not you guys are friends or not, there's history there. I agree with you about your friend Caroline.
Why do Carlos insist on taking up for the low life people on the show? Okay, so he's saying all of this in defense of Destiny to show where Sunny had some type of malice going on when she decided to date Moses after he had been dating Destiny, even though Destiny done been a side chick for 10 to 15 years, she had no concern about his first wife. So why are you trying to defend Destiny? You're trying to defend Tisha. You're trying to defend Kimmy. Like, make it make sense. Like, for whatever reason, you vibrate on such a low level, Carlos, that you choose to defend, you know what I'm saying, the ratchet people on your show. Instead of, trying to defend the people who would actually make this show successful, you chose to deal in the low vibrations.
Right? I think I think at the end of the day, if Sonny would have said, yo, I met Moses, I'm feeling him. I don't know where this is gonna go, but I'm pursuing dating him, right?
Guys, let me ask you this. How many times have you seen, Destiny do an interview where she never actually mentioned that she was dating Moses or it was complicated? She had every excuse not to claim Moses as her man. But soon as he got with Sonny, oh, that's my man, my man, my man. But when you were doing all these interviews, you never really said that you guys were dating. And if you did, it was never serious. So now all of a sudden that he got with, Sonny and married Sonny, now you guys was just in this deep relationship. You talked about having kids, you know what I'm saying? But he never appeared on the show. You would think if he was really your man, you know what I'm saying? Outside of that one time when you had that Christmas party, when you had that man in LaVerrick's house, you never really had this man on the show for whatever reason. So why all of a sudden you want us to believe that you guys was in this serious relationship, to the point where you guys were talking about having kids? You know what I'm saying? Make it make sense, Destiny. You're really looking crazy out here in these streets because you had a whole husband that you don't talk about, but what you do choose to talk about is the fact that you were a side chick. You're not going to admit that you were a side chick, but you were a side chick. And that's what you choose to focus on instead of talking about your past relationship with the man that actually asked you to marry him and he became your husband.
And to me, if this is how I honestly feel, and quote me on this, if Sonny would have said that,
not a damn thing,
at the end of the day, Sonny could walk around saying, "I gave her heads up." That's and to me, that would be the end of it.
And remember this conversation with Mary the Medicine.
She did give her a heads up. She called and Destiny didn't answer the phone. She tried to give her a heads up.
I'm gonna tell you 1,000 times. I gave a bitch heads up. Don't talk to me.
I can't wait. Okay, so I think at the end of the day,
Carlos really don't know how to take Dr. Heavenly. She wilding out.
You've done your part and you owe that person no follow-up. You don't owe them, hey, it's getting serious, we're engaged. Hey, we're getting married on October 4th. Hey, we're about to go through in vitro. You don't owe that person nothing after that. So I think the reason why a lot of people have a problem with it is because of that, number one. And I think number two, Sonny, when she first started talking about it, came across so defensive.
Hey, Betty Boot 54, thank you so much for being here.
And Sonny's defense, this is what she said why. She said the reason why she was defensive, because she said on my podcast, she said the reason why she came across so strong in the beginning is because she said Destiny did a bunch of interviews prior to that talking about it. And she felt that Carlos obviously brought her on to the podcast to talk about it. And it was her first time addressing it.
Now, if you were Sonny and this girl was doing an interview every other day, you know what I'm saying, dragging you or whatever, dragging your name, your reputation, and you're a businesswoman, wouldn't you come out, you know what I'm saying, with the smoke? If you were Sonny, Sonny did the right thing to let these people know you're not going to play in my face. This is not how it happened. And she came out to speak her truth. 32 likes and 29 in the chat. Thank you so much, guys.
Right?
She acted that way on the show. Didn't she before?
Well, no. I'm saying that podcast, my live podcast with Melody. My live podcast with Melody was her first time addressing it. And so she's saying that all this was built up because she was saying Destiny did interviews prior talking about it and she wanted to defend herself. Plus, we were live in a room full of people, and you know how it is when people are talking back to you. Because people were talking back to Sonny. Shut up, Sonny, messy, and obviously
and that's what Carlos wanted. Like, he didn't prepare anybody that Sonny was going to be there. They were shocked that she was even there, and she showed up there with Moses. So that's exactly how messy Carlos wanted that to play out. And it's Tay said it is something seriously wrong with Carlos. And I have to agree, it's Tay. Like this guy, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if there is any help for Carlos, if he can ever redeem himself, because like he just stay in the gutter. Like, you know what I'm saying? And he's not trying to improve his image, his brand. Like this is where he likes to be. This is where he feel comfortable, like in the midst of the mess. And Patrice said if Carlos did not bring Sonny out the way he did it, would have been that it wouldn't have been that bad. But he brings Sonny out after Mel let Carlos know her feelings. So it would have been well received. Mel was cheated on. Exactly. Like Carlos be knowing exactly what he be doing. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just so ridiculous the way he lets these storylines play out. Hey, Bad Apple. Love you, sis. Thank you so much for being here. And Betty Boop said, listening to CK on this live makes me feel he played Sonny just like he did Mel. Absolutely, Betty Boop. That's exactly what's going on. I mean, we already know that he made Mel the villain. So Sonny is the new villain. Okay. And because she chose, you know what I'm saying, to be friends with Mel, to get to know Mel on a deeper level. So now she's going to instantly become the villain, even though, you know what I'm saying, she was one of his producers. All that goes out the window. You know, when it comes to the money, like Carlos wants the mess. He doesn't care about relationships, friendships. He doesn't care about any of that. It's just all about his bottom line. And it's T said he sure didn't. And Mama B said, I think he has a low opinion of women, period. Exactly. Like him and Funky Dineva, they have very, very similar personalities, which is why they get along so well. And Patrice said, "Yup, I remember Carlos telling this Sunny Destiny mess like it was so juicy and scandalous. Yeah, he's all about the scandal and the mess."
She felt the need to, of course, defend herself even further. So again, that's how Sunny felt, and I think that's the reason why um, people feel like she came across too strong. Those
I
are
don't
her
feel like she
reasons
came
why
across
she said
strong
she
enough,
came
to be
across too
honest.
strong.
I still do think that she felt bad about it. And secondly, I will always say if she knew that girl, whether they were best friends or not, they knew each other. She should have went to her like I went to Carolyn. Carolyn, do you know this dude? What's up with him? Then Carolyn would have been a real bitch like she was. She was like, yeah, I used to talk to him. We did not have sex.
Now, guys, knowing that we've seen the previous episodes, we've seen what Destiny had to say, we've seen what Sunny had to say, and Sunny made it clear, you know what I'm saying, that she wished it would have played out differently. You know, she wished that, you know, she would have had a conversation with Destiny. So she did sympathize with the fact that Destiny, you know, may have been hurt out of the situation. She expressed that. Like, what do you want from her? They're married. Like, move on. Like, Destiny is out here dating other guys. So, and which is probably why um Nell's son dumped her and went back to his baby mama, because girl, we're in a whole relationship and you still out here talking about your ex. Like, what man wants to deal with that? You know, until she stopped talking about, you know, her ex boyfriend, not her ex husband, but until she stops talking about her ex boyfriend, she's not going to have a solid relationship. You know, no man wants to hear you doing all these interviews and your mental Mondays talking about your ex. And Bad Apple said, I hope Sunny doesn't trust Carlos. I really believe she doesn't, Bad Apple. I really want her to keep Mel as an ally and beware of the other women on the cast who are trying to isolate her. And I believe that's what she's trying to do, because who in the hell wants to be on the losing team? Sunny trying to be on the winning team. Like, Sunny is a lot smarter than what people give her credit for. So she know at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, that she's choosing the winning team.
Yeah, you good. You know what I'm saying? Wanted to know, bitch. So we Gucci. She should have done that. But anyway,
Hey, Brenda. Thank you so much for being
But
here.
yeah, she should have gave the girl a heads up. That's my thought. I'm done with it.
And she did.
Do you think these girls will ever give Sunny a chance?
No.
Girls.
No, and you know why they're not going to give Sonny a chance? Because Sonny chose the winning team. You know what I'm saying? Sonny chose to be with the person who they feel like is the ops. So, of course, they're not going to give Sonny a chance because Sonny made the decision that they should have made, but they didn't have enough intelligence to do so. And Betty Boop says, "I'm with you at Bad Apple." And Brenda said, "No." And Etta G said, I'm glad Mel let Sunny know exactly how those little girls feel about her. Exactly. And that was definitely the right thing to do, to give Sunny the heads up, because otherwise she would have came to this girls trip thinking that, everybody is, friendly and they don't have an issue. And then they would have just got her there, and then their mean girl side would have just came out. And then Patrice said, I can't imagine how LB gotta feel. You on national TV crying about a side dude. This chick had no feelings toward the man she married. And a good man, Patrice. I mean, a good man with several businesses. You know what I'm saying? A good job, military background. I mean, girl, like you really fumbled the bag. Running behind a man that did not look at you like marriage material. Like, oh, that is so embarrassing. And then you got the nerve to want to continue to talk about how Sonny was so wrong getting with your boyfriend. Girl, I could see it, she got with your husband, but your boyfriend. And Betty Boop said, this past episode really showed how these women are mean girls. Absolutely, Betty Boop. I mean, there's no hiding it. I mean, it is what it is. We see them for who they really are at this point. They are definitely mean girls, and they're okay with being mean girls. And Bad Apple agrees with, I don't know why it won't show. Okay. And again, Bad Apple agrees.
Kimmy, Tisha, Stormy, Trisha.
So funny that you asked that, because I will go again that people go with who they friends with. Because Martell did all this shit to
Trying to figure out, why would she want to choose to eat sunflower seeds? Like, this just really shows how much she don't care about reviewing this show. Like, sunflower seeds is not a thing to eat when you're doing a review or you're making a video. Like, this is so ridiculous and so tacky.
Melody.
And all of them still cool with Martell. Probably never did fall out with him, right? Because they like Martell. That was his friend, whatever. It's all about who they like and who they don't like. So, Sunny, if they like Destiny, they're not gonna like Sunny. Trisha is indicative of that. She must like Destiny. If I like Destiny, that's the same thing with Quad. If you come in and Quad is my friend, I definitely cannot be Sweet Tea's best friend.
Girl, stop bringing up your show. You're reviewing Love and Marriage Huntsville. And Patrice said, but how on God's earth can any of these chicks talk? Nell cried over a man 2 years. Kimmy stalked Maurice and Kiowa. And Tisha got prayed. Trish got a husband and a side dude. And I heard Stormy swings. Ooh, girl, you got all the tea on everybody. Now, I've heard everything else, but I never heard that Stormy swings. But I can kind of see that the way she was throwing them dollars at that strip club. Like, she seemed like that's the life. Like, she was all into that. And Brenda said, I can't stand Carlos nor Heavenly. Yes, girl, we right there with you. And Etta G said, Trisha has a nerve. She has a husband and living with a man. Trisha, you have a daughter. What example are you setting for her? None at all, Etta G. Which is why, you know what I'm saying? She didn't have any problem going on social media, with that rant with her husband, because they're still married. you know she just ratchet, and I mean, that's just who she is. And unfortunately, you know what I'm saying, kids are always watching, whether you think they're watching or not. Kids are always watching. They're always on social media. If anybody can think about their kids, their grandkids, or whatever the case may be, they always have some type of device in their hand. And I don't understand why Trisha thought it was a good idea to have a social media, back and forth with her husband. It just makes absolutely no sense. And then Bad Apple said Trisha is in no position to take a side in anyone's relationship drama. Girl, when she opened up her mouth on that girls' trip and said that she wasn't going to be cordial or whatever she said, because it sounded like, ridiculous. It sounded really stupid what she said. Like, girl, you're the worst case scenario on this girls' trip. Like, you are the one that has all the drama going on, but you're sitting here trying to disrespect Sunny. Like, make it make sense. Trish is so, I don't like Trish.
Gross. And it may not even be you just because you in it. Shoot. Friend out here, maybe call it crazy, call it immature. But what I'm saying is, want a friend like me.
Really? And everybody's looking at you and they don't want a friend like you.
The case, because they like that.
What she really want to say is everybody wants a friend like Shenita. Okay? Shenita is the kind of friend that you want to have in your corner. Not you, Dr. Heavenly, because you drag your friends, you tell all their business, and you talk about them like a dog. And Etta G had to put up some throwing up emojis after Dr. Heavenly told that lie. And Betty Boop said, Heavenly says if she's friends with Quad, she can't be friends with Sweet Tea. That's high school. She's the one that brought Sweet Tea on the show. You know what I'm saying? To get back at Quad. Like, how hypocritical is that? And then behavior is she not a grown woman in her 50s. That's silly and childish to me. Yeah, a lot of these people are acting very high schoolish. Not even high school, maybe even, junior high school, elementary-ish, if you want to know the truth. Yes.
Destiny. They like Destiny. And you brought up a good point. You brought up a good point, and I really want to get your thoughts on this. You just said that it's obvious these ladies like Destiny, and because they like Destiny, they can't fool so heavy with Sunny. I mean, with Sunny.
And that's all it is. That is all it is. They don't, they like Destiny, so they're not even going to give Sunny a chance.
You also said that Martell obviously had an outside baby while he was married to Melody, which to me, this is Carlos King speaking, which is probably one of the most hurtful things that can happen in a marriage. There's many other things that can happen. But to me, that's one of
being with this relative, and I gave him 4 babies, and he gave.
Oh no, they were married for like 14 years.
You know what I'm saying? She gave him four babies,
4
but
kids.
they said at some point that he was dating her for 5 years.
Oh yeah,
They were together 14. Yeah. And you've been dating this bitch for 5 years. I found out about it. You stopped dating him. You started back. This is hurtful. Everybody in the world knows you broke my soul. I had another baby with you after this, and find out that you got another bitch at the same damn time. At the same time, and that ain't even enough. Man, you know how that we are as Scorpio women and we bad bitches, and you looking at this bitch that don't even write a.
Hey y'all. Now while she's saying this, like Carlos giving her this crazy look, he picks up his phone almost like he finna text her and say, you doing a little too much. Now we supposed to be on here bashing Melody now. You giving Melody a little bit too much credit. Like Carlos literally picked up the phone like he finna text Dr. Heaven and tell her to shut her damn mouth.
Handle in my eyes, in her eyes, not man. I mean, you found this less than bitch, okay? And then not on that, you allow that bitch to.
You can tell when he don't like what she's saying. He gets those wrinkles in his forehead.
That's why I don't with you. I don't fuck with you, and I don't fuck with you, and
I don't fuck with you. I don't fuck with you, and I don't fuck with you, and I never will.
It's different. You gotta understand it, and you got to respect it.
Yeah.
So you believe that because the other ladies are still friends with Martell, that Melody will never
be friends with them. Never, ever, ever.
Never, ever. Never, ever,
That part.
never. Mm-mm.
What do you think those ladies should have done then? Speaking as a
Took the
Scorpio
side of
woman,
right.
what do you think they could have or should have done? What would you have done in that situation? If Let me ask you this, because a lot of people say this, Emily, you were still friends with Dr. G.
Was
when
I?
Hold that thought, Carlos. Hey, Lisa D, thank you so much for being here. She says, Dr. Demon, stay being loud and ignorant. That part. These are two of the fakest people on TV. Exactly. So annoying. And Bad Apple said they don't even really like Destiny. They only F with Destiny because she's Mel's op. And Mel knows that and she treats them accordingly. Absolutely. That's why the three of their ass was sharing a little room. You get what you give. And Betty Boop said Mel doesn't act like these childish women. She tells everyone to get to know each other. It took Shenita 10 minutes, she said, to see who those women were, which is why I don't understand Nell. Exactly. Like, Nell, like, why you really playing in Melody face? Like, you really aren't for her. Like, you try to make it seem like you're Nell's friend. I'm sorry, Mel's friend, but everybody can see through the BS. Like, you're not really Mel's friend, and we can see that, Nell. Just in case you think it's going over well, no, we see that you're not a real friend to Mel. And Lisa D said, hello, everyone. And Valerie R said, that part, Bad Apple.
How did you meet Sweet Tea?
Exactly. You
Jackie,
brought
you had
Miss
a 50
Sweet
Shades of
Tea
Pink.
on the show to get back at Quad.
And Dr. G, now mind you, he never said nothing to Dr. G, too much or nothing. You know, the person, and it's like, none of the husbands, they don't. I talk to Cecil, and, hey, I don't talk to Eugene. And
And Patrice said, and do you see Carlos copy the same thing from Married to Medicine? All he do is copy. Nothing original about him. Exactly. So that's exactly, he's trying to do the same thing to Mel that, the cast of Married to Medicine did to Mariah Huck. And I mentioned it before. I believe that he went to visit Mariah because he was trying to do a little homework to see, how this would all play out, like how much money, because I'm pretty sure he asked a lot more questions that they didn't actually air on the live. And he was trying to find out like how much she's making, being having producer credits on the show and being the one to pitch the show. So he's trying to see how much money, Melody's going to be able to part with if she actually leaves the show. But since she pitched the show and it's syndicated, she's still going to get a bag. So he was actually just going over there to do the research, with Mariah Huck to see how all of that would play out. And Etta G said, Essence did a write up on Melody Life. I know all are jealous if they took the time to read it. That is so amazing. And ironically, Carlos never mentioned none of Mel's accomplishments, which is really sad. I mean, because you have no show. Mel is the star of the show. And why would you not highlight the star of your show? And Patricia said, now Heavenly explaining it. And yet Carlos wanted to keep making Mel film with Martell. Exactly. And you see, Martell wasn't even on this episode, but you see how they keep talking about Martell?
the Curtis maybe the most because I took the Jackie the most, but talk to King more than I've talked to all of them dudes. And he just got here.
Yeah, because you messy as
King is
hell.
Quad's new man.
Quad's new man. Listen, so I said all that to say this. What was the question?
She probably want to talk to King because she's attracted to him, just like how she was attracted to Apollo when he came on, or she was trying to get him on. Like, she really be looking at people's husbands for real. Like, she own all that.
What should, in your opinion, what should Kimmy and Tisha have done? Because
that's a difficult question. Because if Martell was their husband's friends first, so they know their friends gonna be husband, and I think husband and wife are one. There wasn't too much they could have done. My whole thing is for me, Melody need a different group of friends. And I've said that
That
from the very
part.
beginning. I don't know if they could have done anything differently. Maybe they could have sympathized.
You know what they could have done? They could have been there for their friend when she was going through a divorce. You know what they could have done? They could have had friends outside of the friends that they had, through their husbands and made real genuine friendships with other people. That's what they could have done. They could have been on the side of the right, okay, and not a cheating ass husband.
More, I don't know. But at the end of the day, they wasn't gonna fall out with Martell. They like Martell. Yeah, I like Martell, and you know what I'm saying? I hate to admit it, but it's something about him that is friendly.
Yeah, we kind of figured that out.
Just watching y'all,
Heavenly.
it's funny to see
You got a
him
thing for
smile
Martell.
and do the little shit he do. You like him. He's a likable guy. Not the married, no. Boyfriend, no. No. But he's a likable guy. I see why they still deal with him. If I was
Wish that Dr. Hellish could tell me what she likes so much about Martell. Like, I just don't see it. Unless she's going strictly off of looks or whatever, which that's not even the same anymore since, he's not with Mel. He don't even look the same. But I mean, what is it about Martell that she finds, that he's a likable guy? And Lisa D, thank you so much for being here. And she says, I can't watch any of this crap anymore. I just listen to the blogs. Married to Medicine or Huntsville. I like to see Black folks winning. Exactly. It's just, becoming a shit show, Lisa D. You are absolutely right about that.
Mel, like that y'all did with them, and I can't. So that's why I said Love and Marriage Atlanta, and let Melody hit it and give her dates and some dates, and she meet a ninja over here.
Just to let you know, Dr. Heavenly, she has her own network and, her own production company. So if she wanted to make that happen, she could make that happen. And she don't need, Carlos King to make that happen. Just in case you haven't done your research. And Bad Apple said, Martell can't even hold an intelligent conversation. There is nothing attractive about Martell. That part. And it's KT said, Heavenly is desperate since Daddy is in the basement with the clear woman. Absolutely. And that's why she don't have a problem with any of these women, because she's pretty much in the same boat. And she gonna cover it up to the end.
Wait, she would never like that.
Never ever.
That really?
I'll be an ask teacher if she'll ever like I ask. Forever, ever.
Oh my God.
No soft shit. Can't forgive. Like all this shit just happened with delay, I forgive. But if my man,
Now, find it so strange. Out of all the things she choose to eat, like you can really choke on a sunflower seed. This lady chose to eat sunflower seeds when she knew she was gonna be doing a lot of talking on this live. That's so ridiculous. And Brenda said, for sure, it's Tay-T.
So you. So
She said she'll never forgive Mariah for lying on her man.
Man, and your man was the one fucking around.
But she was honest about that. But you can't be honest about your man. Mariah did admit that, her and her husband, they did go through some infidelities, but Heavenly would never admit that. She gonna tell that lie to the end. And Brenda said Mel needs to pull up on them. Oh, she been pulling up, honey. She been pulling up. She been pulling out that red phone, and there's more to come.
This is how I get in trouble. This shit is live. Got to go, Carlo, cause
Ooh, they so silly.
And the final words is this.
Oh my God, this is so ridiculous. And guys, I hope this is the last time, we see this messy Monday, because it's just getting too stupid
do you
at this point.
At the end of the day happens with the friendships of these ladies. You know,
that you get Melody some more goddamn friends. Now you can get over there with Melody.
Get her some friends. She got friends.
Goddamn self. Chiquita. What's her name?
She got friends. She got fans. She got family. She don't need him to get her nothing, Dr. Heavenly.
Shenita, get her a man. Get Melody. In fact, fuck her. Change the whole fucking show to find them hoes some men. Find Huntsville with some new freaking friends because Melody is sick of her and she don't want to be there. Put her as executive producer over some more shit, tit for tat. And get away from these damn people.
Carlos thinking to himself, what the hell was I thinking asking this lady to come with her messy ass?
That ain't filming with Melody, so now you cutting his money, which go to the poor damn.
Oh my God. That's why they brought Destiny on. And Lisa D said, I thought Demon quit Messy Mondays. That's what she said, Lisa D. But I think, Carlos got in her ear and say, well, Dr. Heaven, we only got 3 more episodes left. So I think some kind of way he convinced her, which is why she's acting so reckless, is because she's done. She's already checked out. So that's why she's acting so reckless, because after this last episode airs, I think she's done for real. Somebody done got in her ear. She got mad at him when he called her out, when she did that, when they did the interview with Marquez, and she said that they did bad editing. So I think they bumped heads, but some kind of way they were able to come to an agreement, for Heavenly to just be there for these last 3 episodes. And that's how I feel about Elisa D. And Brenda said, Heavenly and Carlos think it's funny. It's pure attack on Mel. Exactly, Brenda. They know exactly what they're doing. And they've talked about the men on the show so much, which was a very short live compared to what they normally do. And half of the time was, talked about, them talking about the men on the show that were, not actually on this episode. And Brenda said, blackout married to medicine too. Now, Brenda, girl, I happen to love Married to Medicine. I mean, I plan on, reacting to it when it comes back on. Heavenly is ratchet, but she's good for TV. And those ladies over there, they gonna get her ass straight. Unlike, Love and Marriage Huntsville, those women over there on Married to Medicine, they will check a bitch. You understand what I'm saying? So she's not gonna be able to go over there and run her mouth and be messy like she does with Love and Marriage Huntsville. And that's a different network. So we only block out or black out, anything that has to do with Carlos King, as far as I know, or as far as what I do out here. And Brenda said she was lying. She lies about everything, Brenda. And Bad Apple said, I think you're right, the network specialist. Absolutely, honey. She gonna get checked up and down because, honey, Simone don't play with her. And Quad be calling her ass out. Dr. Jackie and Sweet Tea. They be checking her ass on Married to Medicine, which is why I enjoy the show. She can't get on there, which is why she dog out Love and Marriage Huntsville so bad, because she can't do that on Married to Medicine. And Lisa D said, they are trying their best to break Mel. She's too strong. They will break before she does. She's too strong, Lisa D. She has an awesome support system. She has awesome family, and she has awesome fans. I mean, she has all of the support she needs. They're the ones that don't have the support, and that's why it never works when they try to come for Mel. They don't have the backing and the support. And Brenda said, I hope so. So,
that's the only smart way to do it. So,
I have never seen Carlos King laugh so much. And he's laughing to keep from crying because he's so embarrassed right now. He embarrassed.
He and I won't ever fall out. First of all, we have too much of a great friendship and understanding, and we actually talk outside of this.
you. Everything I know about the production, all the stuff I know. Saying I know a lot by just with you. I've learned about osmosis.
Ooh, she got a filthy mouth.
And people don't know. I really do. I understand all of this shit now.
No, and that's why we love each other, and I love you. I gotta see you, Sonny. I need my teeth clean. Okay, so look, next week's episode, heavily, is going to be a doozy because
Let's go on and
Destiny
wrap these two.
arrives on the trip, and Destiny and Melody have not seen each other at all this season. It's
And
the
they would
first
not
time
have
they're gonna
had to see each other if it wasn't
and
for messy
heavily,
ass Tisha.
a lot gets revealed.
I bet it does. I'm excited to see him. I like Destiny. I
They
like
didn't even
Sonny. I
talk
like Mel.
about the
All
fact
of them.
that
But I
Destiny
understand.
pulled out the
I got
phone.
between all
I
of
mean,
them.
I guess
And I
that's
say
all
I'm
gonna
on
play
Kim's
out,
side
but
because
I
I
just
like
felt
Kimmy
like
too.
they
I
could
think
have did a
Kimmy is the most
deeper
real one.
dive
Kimmy
into
man.
this past
I don't know for
episode.
this shit,
So
okay?
let's just wrap they ass on up. And Lisa D wants to know, is Contessa coming back? Seems like I did hear where Contessa made an appearance on the show. I could be wrong, Lisa D. They're not really showing a lot, unlike Love and Marriage Huntsville. They like to leave something to the imagination. Like they don't put all these clips out, there about Married to Medicine before the show actually airs. So we are totally in the dark about, what's going to happen on Married to Medicine. Now we did hear that Greg got into a confrontation with King, who was supposed to be Quad's new man, and now he's not able to film on the show anymore. But other than that, we haven't heard a lot about what's going to be happening on Married to Medicine. And Patrice said Dr. Heavenly better put some respect on Shanita's name. That's right, Dr. Shanita Foster. You know what I'm saying? Put some respect on her name. This girl is out here doing big things, you know what I'm saying, in other countries. And did anybody catch the live that she did? I actually caught the live. It went on pretty late. And I actually didn't get a chance to see this live or video until today because I was watching Dr. Shanita after I got off the live with Kicking It with Courtney last evening. And Patrice also said, well, good. Carlos stole this show idea from someone else. Absolutely. Just like, yep, Messy Mondays. He stole that idea. And Brenda said, Carlos just want us to watch, but I'll keep doing the watch party. He needs the ratings. Absolutely. And he thinks that because he does these Messy Mondays that it's going to make people watch, but it doesn't. Like, even though I react to this show, I haven't subscribed, I don't do anything. I just come here because you get more out of their Messy Mondays sometimes than you do the actual episode. I must say, I really enjoyed this, last episode on Saturday, but before that, the show was just absolutely boring, honestly. And Patrice said, I do not like the way Carlos shows Black people. This is far from Black excellence. He makes women look weak and men look like AB users. Patrice, you definitely said a mouthful. That's exactly how he wants women portrayed on not just this show, but on all of his shows. This is how he portrays women. And it's just so sad, as if he doesn't have, I know his mom is deceased, but sisters, cousins, like if I was related to Carlos King, I would be all up in his ear, like, bitch, are you serious? Like, this is how you want Black women to be betrayed, portrayed on your shows? Like, it's ridiculous. And Mama B said, I thought Contessa was coming back. Like I was saying, Mama Beast, I think I did hear that Contessa was coming back. I don't know where I heard it. You get bits and pieces here and there, but they're being pretty quiet about the upcoming episodes of, Married to Medicine. So I guess we'll just have to wait and find out. We still don't have a date. Like we don't even know when they're actually coming back. You know, that show is totally different from Love and Marriage Huntsville. Everything they do is totally different, and it's a lot more classier, and I guess they got a lot more money. Their cast members get paid a lot more. So their show is run a lot different from Love and Marriage Huntsville. So, guys, that is going to be the end of my reaction to Messy Mondays. And just like my not thumbnail, but the title of my video, enough is enough. Over the Messy Mondays, and hopefully after we see this next episode, Messy Mondays will be a thing of the past, because it's just getting a little ridiculous. And Dr. Heavenly has gotten to a point, where she said on her live that she wanted to clean up her image, but she got even more ratchet instead of trying to clean up her image. So, I don't know what her and Carlos discussed, but honestly, I hope after this next episode, Messy Mondays is done, to be honest. And then Mama B says, "Have a great evening, everyone." And you too, Mama Bees. Thank you so much for your support. I really, really appreciate it. And guys, if you haven't liked the video already, please like the video, subscribe to my channel so that you know each and every time I upload a video. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great rest of your evening, and bye for now.